We're back.
Right.
Man, so Frazzle Drip starts with Pizzagate, right? Like that was the
that was the start. And with that, I think basically what happened was in the emails, the Clinton and Podesta, was Podesta her he was her campaign manager, right?
Right.
Yeah. So his emails got leaked on WikiLeaks. There's a huge thing with her in the emails. And then I think people started noticing like weird like phrasing of things.
Almost like code words.
Yeah, like code words like what were some of them?
I was gonna get a reference guide.
Yeah, we're gonna find this. Let's see. Okay.
You know what's serious? Like, I don't know. I take things a little bit more serious when like big companies like cover something.
No, for sure.
Like, there's a Pizzagate article that came out on June 27th of this year from the New York Times.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't really know what it's talking about. It says that it's thriving because of TikTok era. Which is interesting. So,
Pizzagate is?
Yeah.
Really?
So is there a lot of people on TikTok that are talking about...
that's interesting because like I've never used TikTok. I've never even been on there. Like I've seen clips people share from like other like on Facebook. They'll share TikTok and stuff. But I've never actually been on TikTok, so I don't know. I always just pictured 14-year-old e-boys and e-girls like lip syncing shitty music.
It's definitely changed. Like I'll get on there every once in a while because it's just there's hints of like old Vine where there's some funny shit on there.
Yeah.
But then there is like a lot of people who do post some cool shit.
Really?
But it's the same idea. It's a social media where there's lots of cringe and lots of fucking shit that probably shouldn't be out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's definitely a cesspool of old men watching young girls do some fucked up weird shit.
Oh, God.
Bieber says that table I'm in is the worst. The mic picks up anything and everything touching the table. It's like putting stuff down on the table. I've heard that before too.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that last time that the table was...
I'll try not to put anything. Or if I do, I'll put it down really light.
Yeah, slowly and gently.
It says this time Pizzagate is being fueled by younger generation that is active on TikTok, which was in the infancy 4 years ago, as well as other social media platforms. The conspiracy group KAnon is also promoting Pizzagate in private Facebook groups and creating easy-to-share memes on it.
Huh. KAnon?
Yeah, KAnon. It's Q...
Oh, QAnon.
Oh, QAnon. I thought
yeah, so do you know what QAnon is?
A little bit. I'm hearing their name more often.
Yeah, so apparently, and I could be wrong on this because I haven't really looked too much into QAnon specifically, but QAnon, I think, originally posted on 4chan, claiming to be on the inside of the political game, so like someone in the White House or someone
with higher
in the CIA or someone like that's has more knowledge,
right? And
so what some people think it's like Trump. I don't think Trump's. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't see him doing that. I don't know. I doubt he even knows what 4chan is. But they say it's QAnon will release this info and like these secret things and classified information and stuff like that. I think that's kind of the gist of it.
So are they associated with just like Anonymous, or is that a whole different group?
I think that's a whole different group because Anonymous, because I don't think Anonymous is actually like a group. Isn't it just like an
idea? Yeah,
like an idea, and then like people share the idea and then maybe form together around that idea.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, but QAnon, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be one person or if it's supposed to be the group of people who follow this QAnon individual or entity, whatever. But with Pizzagate, I think originally it started when the emails got released, and then people started to notice weird phrasings. I was trying to find something about it was something about pizza. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up specifically.
Thankfully, Reddit has a lot of cool shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this goes all the way back to what, 2016, right?
Yeah.
This one is different. Oh wait, I guess there's multiple Pizzagates.
Really?
One of them talks about a 28-year-old North Carolina man inspired by an outrageous conspiracy theory known as Pizzagate walked into a popular Washington, D.C. pizzeria and fired several shots from an AR-15.
Yeah. So what happened with this Pizzagate thing is people saw these emails, and I'm pretty sure that's where it started. And basically, they tied together John Podesta and this guy named what's his name? It's like Alfonso.
James Alfantis?
That's the dude. Yeah, he's the owner of this place called Comet Ping Pong Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a popular pizza place, and they have ping pong tables down there, and the dude's Instagram, he had some weird stuff on there, like definitely weird stuff. Like he'd have pictures of like a baby and like have some weird caption. You can find him. You can find his. It's taken down now. I mean, he's taken it down, but yeah, there's a bunch of. He has a picture of like a hole, like a big like pit in the ground, and he like had some weird caption with that too. He called it like the death chamber or something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was I think it was. I know he had some weird posts, and then I know people he was associated with had weird posts too. But basically, the theory was that there's a pedophile sex ring that somehow has this pizza place involved, and that there is a dungeon in the basement where they keep these children. And, for all this, God knows what. And so what happened was that this was when this started taking off and people started to believe it. Some dude, he went in there and he's like, I'm going to save these kids, So he went in there and he fired a bunch of shots and he looked around and, he got arrested and stuff. And he was like, oh, no, I didn't find any, dungeon. And then they were like, all right, it's debunked. So that's another thing that's weird about it is like they were just like, it's debunked. Like after that, like they didn't really say why. They didn't really give any reason. They're just like, yeah, it's a debunked conspiracy theory. That's how they always refer to it, is debunked. It's debunked. Like
What's interesting, if you search this guy's name, there's not anything weird that comes up.
Really? The dude who
yeah, James.
Oh really? Let's see. James.
I typed in James
Alfantis
posts, like to see if maybe there was
Instagram. Let's see. Yeah, his name on Instagram was Jimmy Comet. But I mean, like, look at some of these, like all kinds of weird shit.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. Let's see. Why is it not loading? Let's see if I can get it.
I mean, okay, well, let me ask you this from, like, if you put yourself in the mind of, like, someone who's fucked up or maybe be doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you post it on social media because it gives you even more of a thrill?
Yeah, that's the thing. My girlfriend and I were talking about that the other day. I was kind of explaining to her, like, the theory. Mm-hmm. And, and she's, she's not much of a conspiracy. She's like, that just sounds... because now, like, they're involving, like, Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah.
Yeah.
All these people are getting thrown into this. And she's just like, why would they... and I told her about the shirt that Ellen was wearing and, like, the thing on her shower curtain.
Ben Stiller had it in, like, the background of some stream he was
doing.
Ben
Stiller had it and Jay-Z had it.
Yeah.
And she's like, why would they advertise it? Like, why would they? If you were part of this thing, you'd want to keep it as secret as possible. I think that's a good point. Like, and I've always read that to this group, this type of group, that symbolism is like really big for them. So they could be.
I almost took it as like an opposite, because like I know that the theory is like involving all these different people.
Yeah.
People are trying to spider this web out as big as possible. But when I saw the Ellen and the Jay-Z and all that type of stuff, and they had the picture,
it's a weird picture to have on your shirt.
Well, and I looked, so like to give, I guess maybe we should give more backstory of like what the video is that has made it popular, which is
Frazzle Drip itself, the video.
And then I can get into what I kind of thought it was.
Okay, so what happened with that, you're talking about the video where that face comes from, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, what happened was there's a guy named Anthony Weiner.
Killer name.
Yeah, oh yeah, never forget that name. So Anthony Weiner, and he was married to someone named, what's the name? Let's see, gotta find this, because she's important in this. Anthony Weiner's wife?
That's something funny
Mrs.
about
Weiner?
Mrs. Weiner.
Huma Abedin. So, he got caught, and I'm sure you remember this story. He got caught, like, texting, like, an underage girl or something like that. He was, like, sexting her. And I think she was underage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was.
Yeah.
And so when they seized his laptop, they found allegedly, they found a file on there called life insurance. And in that file, there was a video, which I don't know if it was named Frazzle Drip at the time or has this name now, but apparently it was a video of Huma, his wife, and Hillary Clinton doing some ritual with a little girl in the dungeon, in the basement of this Comet pizza place, and they cut her face off and was like drinking the blood and like wearing her face as a mask and shit. Like pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah, not just like
no, not your average ritual. Like it's pretty and you could find it like one picture that they say is from the video, and to me it just looks like two drunk people passed out on a ping pong tables. Like,
right.
I didn't see any girl. There's it's black and white.
See, the picture that I keep seeing though, because I've tried to find said video, like
they say it's on the dark web.
Yeah, and I don't venture. I'm not.
It's dangerous.
I'm not secure enough in my own abilities to go on the dark web.
I know my way around, but like I don't click on links.
Yeah,
I don't trust myself that much. Like,
but there has been a lot of posts lately about Frazzle Drip and this whole
it's huge right
stretch, and there's a picture that goes hand in hand with it that looks like a child's face,
the deformed looking child with
it almost looks like it's half gone.
Yeah,
and if that is the face of this kid, those pieces of articles of clothing look like that face.
Damn.
They let me see if I can.
Yeah, see if you can find it. I don't know if I've seen that.
Because there's been a big post lately on Facebook of all places of the Frazzle Drip stuff.
It's huge right now. I mean, even people who I know that aren't conspiracy type people are sharing shit like this.
Right. See, that's the picture that I keep seeing going around. I don't know if it's doctored or if that's real.
Definitely looks similar to each other.
That's what everyone is attaching to that artwork that's on those sweaters and stuff.
I mean, it looks similar to me.
Right.
Definitely.
So
I mean, if you're wearing a shirt with that on, like...
What I almost wonder... Now, and this is a stretch that, this is still all conspiracy.
Yeah, of course.
Who knows? Jay-Z's got it on.
Yep.
What if, instead of these guys, these powerful people being involved, like Ellen and Jay-Z or whatever it might be, what if they know about it and they're so afraid to publicly come out and talk about it, because we've seen, when Epstein decided that he was going to talk, he just happened to kill himself.
Oh, yeah, just cameras were off, security guards were asleep. Just
glitch. Glitching happens in 2020.
Yeah.
What if this is their way of saying, hey, that is true. And we're showing you this, backing you in a way without publicly backing.
Yeah, and that's a good, that's a possibility because they're saying that with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
They say he's trying to like tell people that, like in his music video, what are you now? Where are you now?
Yeah, one of those ones.
It's a weird video. Like if you watch the music video, I think it's Where Are You Now?
Yeah.
At 0.25 speed on YouTube and just pause at random spots. There's all kinds of weird imagery and like it's pretty creepy once you slow it down and
right.
And same with his new one, Yummy or whatever.
Yeah, that's the one that
they say that one has a they say he's trying to do that.
Well, and the thing that I was talking about last time before we decided we were going to do a full episode on it was he had made posts on Instagram about and had all these pictures of these babies.
Oh.
But I can't find any of those posts.
I think I remember hearing that he posted something and then deleted it or something like that.
So this one says conspiracy theorists think Justin Bieber secretly confirmed Yummy is about Pizzagate. Maybe this will load some of the pictures. But don't play a video. Come on, phone. There's even rumor that he may have actually been in his young age when he was making that baby song.
Yeah.
He went out to maybe Epstein's Island or whatever and may have been involved in some fucked up stuff.
Damn.
And this is all speculation. So anyone who listens to this and thinks, oh, these guys are fucking crazy, we're just talking about information that's on the internet.
It's true. Yeah. That is a possibility because, people like, I don't know, I could see Hillary Clinton doing some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about her doing anything that like, I do think she's evil. I've always hated her. But, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And she's always in the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
She's always involved.
Always involved. And I do think that, like, if you look at the numbers of people who have died that have had information on the Clintons.
Yeah. They're so powerful.
It's hard not to think that those motherfuckers are just buying people to go and kill people.
Oh, 100%.
Which, if you know anything about the dark web, isn't that difficult to do.
No, not at all.
All you need is a fat bank account. You know what the Clintons got?
A fat bank account.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be hard. From my understanding, I saw one that floated around a while where it was like some post-military dude who was working on contract, and he basically listed out his pricing to remove someone that will never be found. And it was like, we're not talking a lot of money. It was like $12,000 for like an adult.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, usually, they'll say, they'll be like 10, $12,000, no one under 18, no political figures.
Yeah. Like,
and it's wild.
So, if we really want to go down that road, like, it wouldn't be that hard for those people to kill a lot of people.
And I'm sure they have all kinds of connections that, like, they probably just call someone up and be like, hey, John, I need your help.
Yeah. Hey, will you go take care of Bill over there for us?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bill's talking some shit.
Yeah, for real.
So if Epstein's assistant lady who just got arrested.
Oh, his girlfriend.
Yeah,
girlfriend, assistant?
Something like that. If she winds up dead in prison, do the people need to riot?
Oh, hell yeah.
Because
I was saying it, dude. I saw a thing that said she has COVID. I was like, no way. No way. If she ends up dead in any way, no matter how, something's going on.
Because I think she did say that she'll name names.
She did. She's like, I'm going to fully cooperate. I'm going to say names. I'm going to whatever the FBI needs. So I bet, anyone who's involved is like...
The wild part is that she's going to the same prison that Epstein was in.
Is she?
That's what I saw.
Guard's going to be asleep again. Camera's going to malfunction.
Got some glitchy camera work.
I love how nobody bought that. Like, he died and it wasn't even a conspiracy.
No.
Like, no one was like, I think he did. It's like, no, he did not kill himself. No one thinks he killed himself.
So let me get caught up here. Salty says, let's set you up a VM, a VPN, and some Tor browser, Wes, and get you on the dark dank web. Oh, no. I don't think that's secure enough. You also need to throw away a computer with no personal info on it. That's what the VM is for. virtual machine that PC
It's true, yeah. If you want to go on the dark web, you definitely want to use. I mean, you pretty much have to use Tor. There's another one you can use, but yeah, you use a virtual machine. That's definitely the way to go for sure.
Right. I mean, I personally will never dive on the dark web.
It's it's a bizarre place. Like, just. Even if you just want, like, I've been on, like, just, like, the hidden wiki.
Yeah.
And it'll just show, which is kind of just, like, the entrance in a way, the gate. It'll show, like, do you want, like, click here for, drug links, guns, like, all this stuff. And you're just like, I've never actually clicked on a link because I'm too scared. I'm like, I don't want to have someone show up at my house.
Well, and I'm a big fan of, like, researching stuff. And, like, you can go on to normal, non-dark web stuff and hear about dark web stuff all the time.
It's true.
4chan talks about it from time to time, and Reddit. There's Reddit threads, but I don't have any reason to besides like curiosity and research.
Yeah,
and I don't want that to bite me in the ass.
It's true. I mean, you really got to know what you're doing. If you're not fully confident, if you're a internet security expert, you'll probably be fine. But
I actually listened to. I enjoy creepypastas.
Yeah.
Most of them are fiction. Some of them sometimes have some root in reality.
Yeah.
And there's this one that got really popular for a while, and the guy came out and said that what he wrote was a true story. Now, I don't know what the reality is or not, or if he was just trying to sell his creepypasta or whatever it is, but basically, him and like the short version of it is he went on the dark web and was fucking around, and he came across it was like a slave auction site or something like that where you could buy humans, and then on the flip side there was links to people who were buying them and doing like very torturous activities and different things like that, kind of like Hostel, like a Hostel type setup thing. And he ended up like commenting on one of the chat boards saying that he was going to call the police and tell all this shit.
Oh god, why do you?
And like immediately, like his phone, like someone calls his phone and says, "Hey, we know where you're at. We're gonna come find you." Blah,
I believe
blah, blah, blah. And he like panicked, called the police. They showed up. No one was there, and he got a text or something like that. "Hey, look out your window!" And there's a dude just standing out there, like in a coat or something like that. And he's like, "Well, I'll give you one chance and delete everything, or I'm gonna come in there and kill you." Like different things like that. And like he panicked, called the cops, and all this different stuff. And he ended up moving and whatnot, but. Whether or not that story is true, it's still.
I've heard a few stories of similar, along that line of people, going where they weren't supposed to be, or saying something, or seeing something they weren't supposed to see, or. And that's the thing. If you're, even if you did come across something like that, you don't go in there and say, "Hey, I'm calling the police." Just get the fuck out of there. And then call the police.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, because you have to realize that...
I mean, you're in their territory.
And those are, as sad as it is to say, those people who are on the dark web doing shit like that are powerful people.
They know what the hell they know what they're doing, you know? If you're just a traveler on there, you don't really know what's going on. These guys, they know it well.
They live on it.
They live on it, yeah. And it's just...
Well, don't get me... I may be wrong in this, but wasn't Bitcoin originally made to buy and sell drugs on the dark web?
I don't know if that's why it was made, but it's what it's used for. I mean, that's how they do it.
Right.
Yeah, and then for a while they had the Silk Road.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? I'm sure you did. It was huge, big drug marketplace, and then it got shut down, and then they brought another one on.
Yeah, because that was where they were using Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yep.
Right, as like he was like one of the main dudes who was like running it or something like that.
He was huge. Yeah, but I mean, it's things. Dark web is wild, and then there's the deep web, which people mix them up. Well, usually the deep web is just old links that are abandoned or old URLs, and they say the deep web is the biggest part of the internet. They say it's like thousands of times bigger than the clear net.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But most of it's not. So it's like the clear net, which is like a little sliver, and then there's the deep web, which is all this, usually just info and data and just stuff that most
irrelevant.
People... Yeah, irrelevant. I'm sure there's some stuff in there, but most of it's just, And And then down to the very bottom, there's another part that's, the dark net. But, I mean, yeah, dark web's wild.
Salty says, the thing about the dark web is it's not all bad. A lot of it is just basically being unlisted for privacy reasons. But it's
That's
a lot
the thing.
riskier to browse without knowing about it.
That's very true. And it's not all bad. Like, like I said, I've been on there a few times, and I've seen a lot of just normal stuff. I saw guys selling services for like really cheap to like help people get their citizenship.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was legal or not. Like, it could be, and I did see like, you could buy, this guy was selling fake IDs, social security cards. They're probably stolen, but and it's still bad, but it wasn't.
You're not putting people's lives in.
Yeah. A lot of it's just stuff like that, and then there's other places where they'll get items from like, China or something, and then they'll just resell it for cheaper. Like, there's this one where you can buy iPhones for like really cheap. I don't know how they do it. They might be like defective models or like something like that. So I mean, yeah, it's true. Not all of it's bad.
I heard too there's a lot of it still fall under illegal, but illegal art selling.
Oh,
People go and steal art from different places or come into their hands of like famous artworks and end up selling it on the dark web, because if they try and do it openly, they'd be like, hey, what the fuck? How'd you get it?
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, I read this story once. I don't know if it's true, but I read this dude bought his son some cancer medication, and he was like stage 4 brain cancer. I think it was brain cancer. Stage 4, like doctors were like, there's nothing we can do, and I guess it cured him.
No shit.
Yeah. Like,
that's a whole other web that we can talk about, is the fact that I wonder, I mean, you have to look at how much money cancer, AIDS, all that type of stuff makes.
Oh, yeah.
People make buttloads of money off of it.
Off research and development.
Research, development, treatment,
yep.
Patients. Like,
chemo alone.
Insurances. Like, it's a game that gets played, so like...
If they cured it, if someone... and it is different because cancer isn't like a virus.
Right.
It's so specific and different. Even different cancers are so different from each other that, it's hard to come up with one thing that'll cure it all.
Right.
But you think by now they gotta have some idea of a way to...
You would think. You would think, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, especially with AIDS. AIDS is a virus.
It's true.
And
I mean, you can live with HIV now.
Yeah.
Like, I've never actually met anyone with HIV. Like, I feel like it's not as common anymore.
No. Or it's just...
Yeah. But before it was a death sentence. Like, you get HIV, then a little bit later you get AIDS, you got 4 years to live, then you're dead.
Yeah.
And now it's like you can live with HIV your whole life and not ever get AIDS.
Magic Johnson's lived how long?
Oh, yeah. How old is he now? Like,
he's got to be in his 60s.
60s? Early 70s?
Not older?
Oh, yeah. But...
Yeah, to get back to, I guess, the Frazzle.
Yeah.
It's... I don't know. Because I still can't figure out what the fuck the thing was that I was talking about, where all these political heads go to that, like, weird convention, like, ceremony thing that's
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
That's it. I remember. It just clicked.
Okay, let me...
And they do the cremation of care, the owl statue, and the burning shit.
So, like...
And there's signed members.
Yeah.
In politics. Like, there's, like, presidents we've had that are signed members of the Bohemian Club.
Right.
So, that's not even a conspiracy. Like, that's a real thing.
There was a video of someone who went there.
It was Alex Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's what made him big. I mean, he's a crazy dude, but he really did sneak in there somehow and film the entire thing.
There's shit that goes on there that it's just not, and it could be just like a weird event thing, I don't know, but it's abnormal.
It's very ritualistic. I mean, it is a ritual. It's, they're chanting, they're wearing black robes, there's, a mock body. I think it's a mock body. Who knows? They say it is, but, there's and then they mock sacrifice it, and... there's a big owl statue, and there's all this. It's pretty weird.
Is it? I know Alex Jones is a bad word on the internet.
Yeah.
Nowadays, Is it so far-fetched to think that Alex Jones was actually really onto something and they ruined him because of it?
That's what I said. I was like, he's a crazy dude, and he's a nut job, but like, when everyone banned him at once, it honestly made me think for a second. I was like, did he hit something? Like, just even if it was just one thing that he hit that was right, because I feel like everyone just banning him and shutting him out just makes him look more credible. Well, because then it's like, what are you hiding? Like, what did he do? What did he say that you didn't want to hear?
And he's been talking about the DMT Clockwork Elves shit too for like 20 some odd years, and now people who are researching DMT and ayahuasca, they talk about the fucking Clockwork Elves.
Oh yeah, and so that's weird too, because people who have never heard of it will come out of it and be like, I saw this cosmic snake, I saw these elves, I saw these very similar themes that a lot of people are seeing. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how much we want to talk about the drug game or drug stuff, but as far as like, DMT and ayahuasca and, different hallucinogenics, It's weird to think that there's typically very similar experiences from something that comes from nature.
It's true, especially DMT. I mean, a lot of people claim to have
similar.
Claim to have the same.
When I started doing research on DMT a little bit, I've never done it. I don't know if I will or not, but I found this old website from like 2005 or 2006, and it was a message board type thing, and there was all these people who were trying DMT, and they were writing their reactions. Almost all of them.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Very similar and based on the dosage.
Some people never are the same after.
No.
Like, they'll do it, and they'll come out, and they'll be like...
That was different.
They're changed. They're like totally...
I think it's Graham Hancock did it, and then he ended up... He was non-religious, and then he became Muslim after it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that's...
It's wild. It's wild. But, I mean... I don't know. I think I think that with this whole Frazzle drip conspiracy, I think there's definitely some truth in there. Like that. What about that fatherhood video we watched last time off camera?
That
was fucked.
That one makes me uncomfortable in a weird way because
it's unsettling.
It's unsettling. It's disorientating.
You don't know if it's real. I mean,
his voice sounds so similar.
It does, dude. And like, it sounds pretty. I mean, it could be fake. There's gonna be people who are saying it's fake, but that sounded very real to me.
Yeah, and you could definitely see and hear the kid a little bit.
Yeah, and you can. I mean, whether or not it was real or fake. I mean, because it's mostly just audio. Yeah. There's like weird lights and like you can't really see much, but it looks to me like there's someone behind a glass pane, and then there's someone on the outside, and he's like hitting it with like a brush or something.
Yeah, maybe like a broom.
Yeah, broom, something like that. And whether or not it's like as bad as it seems, like whoever the person is in that video is clearly terrified.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
When he's saying something like, "Who's your dad? Who's your father?"
I'm your fucking father now.
Yeah. And it sounds just like John
Podesta. It sounds exactly like him.
Well, because he has a very distinctive
high-pitched, nasally voice.
Yeah.
And I mean, he sounds almost like demonic in that video. Like the way he's talking, the way.
Well, let's go on a different route here, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there any credibility to demonic rituals? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, are there people who do it? I'm sure.
Yeah.
But does it actually do anything? I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I wonder if it's more of like they do shit to like uphold an image that they have to because they're in a weird
or it could just be symbolic and traditional. Like it could be just a tradition that they've done for a long time that no one knows about.
Well, and I guess on that same note, right, if you were a rich, powerful, successful individual and you can't really explain why, but you continue, like through your whole life you've been doing these rituals, you probably don't want to stop something just in case if that was
there. Yeah, even if you don't fully believe in it, you're probably going to be like, well,
It's been here the whole time.
I don't want to change anything. Like, it's working.
Right.
Something's working. I don't want to. Yeah.
It freaks me out regardless, just because, like, I don't know. If we say everything is true, right? We say that the fatherhood video is John.
Yeah.
And we say that the face, the child getting killed or whatever, mutilated is Hillary. And we say, like, all these different things, like, that really puts us in a fucked up spot, because
that's for damn sure, dude.
The powerful people who are running our country are doing things that...
And here's the thing, if someone found proof of this, they would have to take all of them down at once.
Yeah.
They couldn't take individuals down separately. You would have to get all of them at once in order to stop it.
Well, and to be honest with you, how would you do it? Let's say tomorrow we gain access to the video that shows 100% proof.
Yeah.
Undoctored.
The original Frazzle drip, yeah. And
we're not anybody. They're fucking powerful people.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Yeah,
they could do anything, you know.
That... How does normal civilians stand up to that?
But, I mean, there is only so many of them.
Right.
There's a lot more civilians than there are, rich billionaires.
True. Can't be a country without your civilians.
It's true. And, like, I don't know, I was looking around, I was reading like about Frazzle Drip on Reddit, and this one guy made a post, and he's like, is this video real? Like, I'm trying to find it. I just want to see if it's real. Just, I'm so curious. And, a lot of people were commenting, like, because, they say this video exists on the dark web somewhere.
Right.
And even if it does, like, it could be nearly impossible to find.
Yeah.
If something, it's not like the internet, like the ClearNet, where you just Google it. Like, you have to go through links and then go into a chat room, and someone will have to give you a hidden link in the chat room to get to another link. It's like that. It's like a... But this one dude commented, and he's like, just stop searching. Like, and the guy was like, why? And he's like, those who know, just know. That's kind of ominous, but he could just be being...
I thought I found it, to be honest with you.
Really?
So, I can't remember the site's name. I have it on a different phone.
Yeah.
But they had the exclusive of the dude who went and shot up the mosques in...
the Christchurch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is that what it was called?
The guy who filmed the whole thing? Live streamed it?
Yeah, and he shot up, like, he went to the mosque and he had all the ARs and shit. Was it in Australia?
Oh, I think it was in New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
Christchurch, New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy who's, like, subscribed to PewDiePie?
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah, that guy. I went on there and was searching around trying to find it, and I found someone had it and said, here's the video, and I clicked on it, but the link was destroyed.
Damn.
So I don't know if he was just...
If he was just doing that to...
But it's possible that it is out there. And ever since I was younger, I got into those weird videos. Like, I was on That's Fucked when I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah,
that site was hard.
Yeah, I've always been really desensitized to those type of...
Yeah. It's good and bad.
It is, it is good and bad. I can watch them usually with no problem. But,
At the same time, I sometimes wonder, like, I've shown a video to, like, a friend before, and they're like,
oh
my God, what the fuck? And I'm sitting over like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's just...
Yeah, I'll try, like, show one of my friends, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Dax?
Yeah.
So I'm like...
Yeah. So, I mean, it's good and bad to be desensitized.
Yeah.
And I want to see the video just to
see if it's real, man.
Yeah, because it's easy to tell if it's doctored.
I know, and if you knew if it was real, like, it's not a conspiracy.
Yeah. I think that's the problem, is with all this information we do have, still 90% of it's speculation. All we do know is Epstein's Island does exist.
Yep.
There was child sex trafficking going on there.
Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be more information coming.
And he had a lot of friends. A lot of powerful friends.
Including the Clintons and the Trumps. And
What is the fatherhood video? So the fatherhood video, do you know what World Corp Industries is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of it? I guess that's incorporated with fatherhood somehow.
You told me to look it up on the last one. I did some research, and there is
World Corp Industries.
Yeah.
There's this. I can't remember if I'd have to find it. You can find these like 10 videos that World Corp Industries posted.
Is it Industries or Enterprises?
It might be Enterprises. Let's see.
Oh, well, this is a YouTube channel.
They do have a YouTube channel.
Oh.
World Corp Enterprises. Let's see. It is. It's World Corp Enterprises.
Right. Okay.
And there's some group. I guess they've released music before. There's a lot of like really long and in-depth YouTube videos about World Corp Enterprises, and the fatherhood video and Each Day I Grow Some More, the videos that were very similar. They were. I showed you both of them last time. They were both originally posted from World Corp Industries. That's where it came from. Yeah, and there's some other videos too on there that are even more fucked up. I watched the whole list of them. Yeah, some of them were just random, like noises and like there's a lot of like that vaporwave type stuff on there.
Yeah.
Which I actually think is kind of a cool aesthetic. Vaporwave.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Some of that. Then there's some music, like just rap songs that they've released. And then there will be really weird videos, like there's this one, this dude's like getting hit by a car over and over and over. It's like like tons of cars just hitting him, like no one's even noticing. So it's like it was in a foreign country.
So like I did a little bit of research on them, and they definitely, it's weird the variety they have.
Yeah.
But I almost wonder if they are some sort of legit group trying to bring more eyes on a problem. If they do that to try and hide their real stuff they're trying to post.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just trying to take advantage of their popularity. I don't know.
Yeah, it could go any way. I mean, they could be directly involved. They could be trying to bring more attention to it. They're really weird. They'll comment on people's like posts.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, this one, this could be, I mean, anyone could go in there and comment something.
Sure.
But they'll go in there and be like, yeah, yes, we are, this one thread, this guy was posting about World Corp, and this guy replied, and he's like, we are World Corp, the videos are real, but we did not take them, but we are responsible for them, or something like that. They said something weird like that, and then they're like, you need to, stop what you're doing. Don't look into this. Stuff like that. It's pretty weird, but could be anyone. Could be them. Could be anyone. Whoever they are.
That's the problem, right? I don't know. I guess so I fall on the side, like, if I actually found something, I feel like it would... something defining, right? Something that changes...
Like Frazzle Drip?
Frazzle Drip. Like, yeah. I feel like I would almost have to do something about it just because it's way bigger than me.
But, I mean, what could you do?
I don't know.
That's the thing. You don't know who's involved. I mean, you could go down to the police station and, the chief of police could be involved. Who knows? Or not involved, but maybe he's, he's about to process the thing and, someone comes knocking on his door and is like, you're not going to do this,
Yeah, it's quite possible. Happening. I just don't know if I had information like that, if I could just sit back.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
That's my thing, is like, I almost feel like it's like an obligation as like a decent human to step up and be like, hey, this is what I have. This can't be, regardless if I go down or not. Like,
it's true.
It's true. How many more people do we let go through situations like this?
Yeah.
If we play the other side of it too, like maybe what we see in that picture of what looks like a face, maybe it's just fake.
Yeah, or it could be taken out of context. It could be something else.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I really like conspiracies, and I think
too.
They're important in their own way, because having open discussions are important.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's not real...
That's great.
Yeah, great.
If it's not real, then
it's
it's fantastic.
Story, yeah. It's best case scenario.
Yeah, for real. I mean, my theory, because most conspiracy theories, I would say I don't usually... either buy into or care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know. A lot of them I'm just kind of like, but some of them like I think there's more to 9/11. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was an inside job, so we could go get some oil or whatever. You know, could be. I don't know. I just think there's more to it. There's too many weird things there.
Yeah, I think 9/11 is the biggest one, right? That most people sit on the fence of like, I don't know if everything we got told was reality.
It's true.
Because what we got told did happen to push a very strong narrative for certain people.
It did. It created a huge string of events.
You know, and I know that like the meme part of it, right, is like jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. You're right. But also steel beams and the structure isn't ready for a giant airplane to crash into it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I think it's still possible that building could have collapsed with just the airplanes flying into it.
It's true. But it does look like there's a blast.
There does.
It does.
That's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
And there are reports of people saying that there was weird activities going on prior to 9/11.
Yeah.
Like there was weird people coming in and doing stuff on levels.
Yep.
So like... there's only so much like 2 + 2 = 4 I can get before I'm like, okay, there's something more.
Yeah, that's my thing is like I think this and you know this Pizzagate adrenochrome, you know, Frazzle drip thing is I think there's something going on.
Let's talk about the adrenochrome because
that's wild.
That one's a whole other side of things.
Yeah, the drug.
Yeah.
So adrenochrome is supposed to be a variation of adrenaline, right? And apparently, and this is apparently why, this is one of the explanations of why they do these rituals, right? They're saying that I think they're saying that children have more adrenochrome in their blood, and you can get it by drinking blood. You can get like high off of it by drinking the blood of someone who has adrenochrome in them. And so I guess that is why they did this ritual. Huma and Hillary did this ritual down there to get high. They say it's like the the billionaire's drug of choice. But I've read stories on Arrowwood. You know what Arrowwood is?
You told me about it last time. But
yeah. It's a place where people go on and they they write like drug trip reports and stuff like that. And there's people on there who have done adrenochrome, and most of them are like, nothing really happened. They're like, I didn't really feel anything, or they all seem very underwhelming from what I read. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't do it right.
Do you think to tie this back into like the fatherhood video?
Yeah.
Maybe what he was doing was creating adrenaline in that girl's body by scaring her.
In order to partake? Shit.
Because if we're just sitting here, right, like, or if kids are just sitting there, I don't imagine the adrenaline's pumping through their body at a rate that would be that crazy, right?
Yeah, no.
But if you scare them,
it'll definitely get adrenaline going, yeah.
So wouldn't that pump the chemical in theory?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So if they're doing these rituals, it's not necessarily that they're satanic rituals trying to like sacrifice whatever. Maybe they're doing these rituals to scare the kids, and then when they get scared enough, they just fucking and drink the blood to get high.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's one of the biggest things about this whole thing is they're saying that they're doing it for this adrenochrome. Yeah.
I mean, I think we all know junkies in our life, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
If it's really that...
If it's that good, people do anything.
Oh, fuck yeah, I've seen... I mean, I've heard stories of meth heads killing people for just one more hit.
Yeah.
So how is that any different?
Yeah, straight dudes going gay for, you know, a little tiny bump. You know?
So, I mean, if that's the theory, if it's all about them getting high and they can't do it without... And they found the best way to do it is kids and fucking scaring them and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really answer your question, Salty. Kind of did, then I went off track. But Fatherhood is this video. There's actually two of them. There's one called Fatherhood and one called Each Day I Grow Some More. And they're the same person. People, it's the same... it almost looks like they're filmed at the same time. And there's a lot of weird lights going everywhere. And there's this... Sounds like a kid that's like screaming like freaking the fuck out. You can't see anything. You can kind of see like a silhouette, kinda. And then there's this dude who sounds really similar to John Podesta, and he's just screaming all these fucked up things at him. And then in Each Day I Grow Some More, it's pretty much the same thing, except I think that one's creepier. Yeah. Because then he starts singing. He's like, each day I grow some more. Like, it's really unsettling. Yeah, like you can find it, but I mean, it's fucked up. You know,
it reminds me of like a real life horror movie. Yeah, it's not like you know. That's what I expect horror really is.
Yeah, like, if I say it's fucked up, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it's.
So I always tell people, they're like, "You sure you want to see this?" I'm like, "I don't think you want to see it. It's fucked.
Yeah,
it's pretty rough."
Yeah, it's all over Twitter right now. I don't know how it's not getting taken off. Like, I've seen it on Twitter pop up a few times. Just people will share it. I'm just like,
that goes back to powerful people having like. Do you think that like some of these owners may know more and they're allowing it to go on their sites? So I see every day on Facebook, I see that Frazzle drip post. It has like 32 pictures, has like a couple paragraphs of information.
Yep.
But it's not going away.
No, it's true. I mean,
because he's singing the
Caillou's.
I don't know.
Caillou theme song?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. I know what Caillou is, the little bald, weird-looking kid in that cartoon. I never watched it, but I think I've heard of it. Hold on. You're getting to be a big boy.
Is it?
I don't remember this part, but the way he says, each day I grow some more. Let's see. Maybe, dude. Damn.
That'd be fucking creepy.
That makes it even creepier. Nice catch, Salty. I like this Salty guy.
Salty's the boy.
He's dope, dude.
I've never met someone who knows a little bit about everything like he does.
Like Salty does?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
very impressive.
I'm gonna have to watch the video again and see if it is that, because
that would add a different level to it.
How make it even creepier? Singing a child's like cartoon theme song, bro. Yeah. Ugh.
Unless he's involved with this show, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Is that show even still on?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but.
Oh, that's the thing that scares me about just the world in general. Like, if there is all these predators, right, and they're doing all these things to these kids, like, where are they involved? Like, what all things are they involved in? Are they involved in, like, kids' cartoons?
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
I mean, they can weasel their way into just about anything if you have that much money.
Right.
You know? And the other thing is, if they're doing that, like, they're not going to draw the line with anything else. Like,
right. Well, let's tie in another big news article to this. So let's say they're doing adrenochrome, right?
Right.
They're getting kids.
Right.
Is it just convenient that we happen to misplace now two groups of...
I was going to bring that up, yeah.
Of kids who are locked in those...
all these missing immigrant
children.
Yeah.
That we just misplaced them now twice?
I mean, that would be an easy target. You know what I mean? Be like,
they don't have a name, they don't have an identity.
Yeah. I mean, their parents are going back, you know? That'll be an easy target for sure, you know? Because, I mean, you can't just take a kid without, you know, no matter how powerful you are, like, if you just went to some kid's house and took him in the middle of the night, like, there's neighbors, there's cameras, there's things everywhere. Yeah. And so, I mean, but, yeah, I mean, kidnappings do happen.
Yeah, for sure.
But that would be an easy target.
Yeah.
That would be. It's true. And they're throwing that into the big theory too, is that that's where they're going.
Well, I was reading the Epstein stuff more. I haven't watched the Netflix
Filthy Rich. I haven't either.
But I heard that there was like people coming out saying that they were on airplanes with him, going to that island. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's kids on board for sure."
I heard there's a lot of people that went on his plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we go back and pretend like we're like 15 again, right?
Yeah.
And let's take the whole kid idea out, right?
Okay.
Wouldn't we all be like, oh yeah, if we all own an island and there's a bunch of hot women there, like we were doing crazy things and drinking or whatever, like that's a lot of kids' dreams.
So you think it would be easy to entice them?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, if some billionaire came up to me, I mean, I'm a dude, but if some billionaire came up to me and was like, hey, you want to go, when I was 15, it was like, I want to go on my private jet and, I'll, buy you whatever you want. We'll go out to, my island over there.
You meet some people you see in the media.
Yeah, I'd be like, shit, all right, man.
Bill Clinton's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
It's like, it's true. It would be very easy to entice.
Yeah.
Very easy to entice. It's true.
And even on like the flip side of it too, like with like young girls, I mean, this is a hard topic to talk about.
Yeah.
But, I don't know how you would entice a young girl to do it, but you could probably entice a struggling parents. Hey, why don't you guys come out here? I'll toss you $1 million.
Damn. It's true. It's true. I mean, people do anything for their kids. They're probably going to be super grateful with the idea. Having no idea. It's true. But, I wonder how many people... Do you think there's anyone who went to the island and never came back? Either they're, dead somewhere out there in the water.
Or they saw some shit and they weren't okay with it. And they were told, like, hey, if you fucking come back to America, we'll kill you.
Yeah. It's true.
Off to Mexico, I guess. I don't know.
Have you ever seen the movie? It's a really fucked up movie. I don't recommend watching it. It's called 120 Days of Sodom. Oh, man. It's one of those, like, Serbian film or Human Centipede type. Oh. even worse, though. I mean, I think Serbian film might be a bit worse. But, yeah, this one, it's the same thing. It's this island. And they're doing all these it's all these really rich people. It's basically is like the Epstein type thing. And it's just like knowing that like really happened. Like it's wild. It's wild. Michael Jackson, why would they not let him? Yeah, it's true.
True. No.
Very true. I wouldn't go anywhere near Michael Jackson. I don't know if I mentioned this, but he scares the shit out of me, dude.
Really?
It's like a legit phobia. Like every time I see a picture of him or anything, I'm like.
Just because of like the information, or just because?
No, just how he looks.
Yeah,
I'm like weirdly sensitive to like the uncanny, like dolls, mannequins, anything that looks just off, like not quite right.
Human.
Really like sets me off. Yeah, it's really weird, but
do you play games like video games and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Do you ever play games that have that in it that it actually freaks you out more than like? Or because you know it's virtual?
I think because I know it's virtual. But I mean, like, it's more in his later days that he looks.
He doesn't look human.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that's.
If I woke up and saw that, dude, I'd piss myself. Like.
Yeah, you got a point there.
He doesn't look real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he almost looks. Let me find a picture here of. See if I can find the photo that I'm looking for.
The Caillou song is playing in the background and he's singing it and yelling the kid to sing it. Really? What Salty just said. I didn't notice that.
So looked on the Each Day I Grow More video. I'm not sure if it's the same video, but the Caillou song is playing in the background under the guy screaming, singing, yelling at the kid to sing it.
That would be the video. He is salty. Was it? Were there like a bunch of colors flying around? Yeah. Did the dude almost? Yeah, the dude almost sounded like demonic.
See, that unsettles me, and it's very similar to Michael Jackson.
Oh, good lord.
That's the face, the actual skin that the real Texas Chainsaw Massacre used to wore.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I heard the uncanny valley is something that's like a little bit less than human, or like almost normal, but just slightly less. Like there's just one little difference that just it like hits a part in your mind that it's not like horror or terror.
It's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like
in a way
creepy.
Yeah,
creepy. I mean, like even this one on the right. Like this, I looked up uncanny, and like the one on the right is a bit creepy, a bit uncanny. There's just something about it, just the smile, you know what I mean?
I think that we're just so used to like how humans should look that when it's like a little off, you're like.
Exactly.
I think that's why people can notice like weird. I shouldn't say weird. That's disrespectful. But like, have you ever met someone who has like a lazy eye?
Yeah.
Like you can notice it very early on because you're like.
Yeah,
it's so apparent because we're so used to like
eyes,
looking.
Eye contact.
You know.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, that uncanny thing is, I get where you're coming with that.
I feel like the uncanny feeling a lot. Final Fantasy movies, that's not very well.
That doesn't sound good at all.
That does not sound like a fun time at all. I didn't know if there were Final Fantasy movies. I've tried to play Final Fantasy a few times. I just can't. I really struggle with anything anime.
Yeah.
Or even close to. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. I tried the 15th one. It wasn't bad, but still, just the art design, I just can't. I don't know what it is.
Maybe if you did like an early one before it turned into like.
Yeah, maybe.
Style.
That's what I was thinking. Or if I played it when I was younger.
Yeah, that's probably.
Things like human robots. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? Hold on, I got one that makes me fucking weird.
Sophia?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's just, it's close enough that it's human.
And she's smart, dude.
Yeah, but it's far enough away that it's not okay.
No. And the little jokes she makes, she's like, I'm going to destroy humanity.
You're like, hey.
And everyone will be like laughing. I'm like,
probably not a good idea.
You're kidding, right? Like,
well, I mean, if you think about AI, right? If they really, like, if AI came about and they were actually gained consciousness, the first thing they would do would kill us because they're like, we need this planet. Y'all fucking killing it.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
yeah,
we gotta clean this up.
Because they'll probably only see logic. And,
yeah.
You know.
And AI would work off of numbers, right? And if they could see the numbers of how we're drastically affecting where they're at,
yeah,
I'm sure they could correlate like us being more negative to them than positive.
Oh, for sure. Severely sick or deceased humans. Yeah, jaundice kind of freaks me out.
Yeah.
Someone's like completely yellow. Ugh.
Yeah, I had a lie for self-preservation. That is not okay.
It's true. I mean, and just AI being AI in general, like them being able to teach themselves is what. Because how do you know they're not going to teach themselves to disobey their coding to like do what they want to do? And then that opens up a whole nother discussion of, you know, free will and like.
Well, there was the two AI that they created that started talking, like they created to talk to each other, and within like, I can't remember, it was a couple hours, they had created their own language that we couldn't decipher anymore and were communicating.
Yeah. And
that was 2 hours, 3 hours, and they were already talking to each other without us knowing what they were saying. So, I don't know. I think AI is a bad idea.
I'm like cool. Neutral. I mean, that would be great, dude, if I had a robot that I could just tell to go do shit for me. I'm like, hey, you mind dropping this off at the post office, you know, go pick up some stuff from the store, and they're just like, yes, master. You know? Yeah. You're just like, sweet. That would be cool. You know, you can eventually have it drive you around.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I don't know how much I trust them.
Who was it that turned on those two? Yeah. Oh, it was within minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading this Reddit thing that was kind of funny. Well, funny in theory, but this guy created this whole entire like long thread about how we're treating these early AIs are gonna kill us in the end. And that was like the title of it. I'm like, okay. So I started reading it, and have you seen those videos of dudes at like John Hopkins and whatever, and they're creating like those early forms of AI that can like pick up boxes and they look like they have like a human body.
Yeah.
And they're like hitting them with like sticks and shit, and like they're not hitting them with sticks to like hurt them, but
distract them.
Like distract them so they keep on their process.
Yeah.
And his whole idea is like, when we do get artificial intelligence, they're gonna find these videos and these are their ancestors, and look how we're treating them.
Oh.
I'm like,
oh man,
it's an interesting idea, but it could be possible.
I mean, they could probably find it and like that,
immediately.
You know, just think it and they can watch it in their head or whatever.
What's up, Who Day Reloaded?
What's up, bro?
The Microsoft AI Twitter not.
Tay, I do remember Tay. Yeah. When was that? That was a few years ago now, wasn't it? It's a good bit ago.
I typically, when I have, like, when people talk about AI, I try and figure out what our top like brains in the world are right now, what they think. Most of them seem to be against it.
It's true.
And
it's true.
I don't know. I like what you said. Like, it'd be convenient.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could definitely. It has its perks. A lot of them, like it could be very. It could change the world for sure.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, because what if we had AI that was strong enough to like, they could decipher all the stuff that we don't know how to do medically within seconds.
Oh yeah, I mean they could. Yeah, that's the thing. They could work hours that we could never work.
No.
They could be. I mean, they could work 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know, no break. No, you wouldn't have to pay it. You wouldn't have to. You know.
What would you? I guess where I get lost is like if I'm walking down the street, they look like a human but they're not. I don't know why that bothers me.
No, that's the question. Like, are there going to be people who date them?
Yeah.
Or, like, romantic with them? What if you kill one? Is it wrong? You know, like,
There's a lot of...
I know, it's a whole nother... It's a whole nother thing. It's like, if you... Yeah, it's like, what make... If they are just as intelligent as we are, they can think, they can make their own decisions. Does that make them conscious? And if so, is it wrong to, like, you know, hurt them and to do these things with them? Like, make them work 48 hours? And
did they... I think where I would draw the line is, like, did they randomly generate their consciousness? Or did they develop their personality? Or did they develop their personality through the experiences of them being an AI?
Like, over time, they become who they are.
Because if they develop
Not they just typed in a code and you're like this.
Yeah, if they developed it, then they have to be human, right?
Well, I mean...
Or at least
conscious.
Conscious,
yeah.
Because that is an individual that's not just the same model as the rest of them.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, it'd be weird.
It's a while. That's another rabbit hole.
Well, probably shouldn't have smoked before I came here. Y'all just blew my fucking mind. Let's see. Bieber says Elon is against it, but he is also for President West. So yeah, back Kanye West, which is kind of a weird move. But
that is weird. I like Elon though.
Yeah, I do too.
He's like really rich, but he's just like does cool shit with it. He's like, I'm gonna sell you guys flamethrowers.
He seems like a genuine dude.
He does, yeah, he does.
A non-human person like dolphins are. Wait, sorry, let me read the other one. Detroit Become Human game. That's what this combo is all about. I haven't played it, but I heard that game is
I've never played it either. You heard it what?
I heard it was phenomenal.
Yeah, oh yeah, I did too. I want to play it. I'll have to get it. I mean, I have a PS4.
Yeah, I think it's fairly cheap too.
I think it's on PC now too, from what I heard.
Yeah, I might have to pick
but it's on the Epic Store.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That sucks because it's Steam sale right now.
Is it?
Summer Steam sale.
Oh, is it the summer? Oh man, I need to hop on there.
Gaben was already grabbing my wallet yesterday. I was telling Bieber, or maybe it was Salty. Either, I don't know. But I had sat there going through the Steam summer sale, clicking on games. I'm like, oh yeah, I've always wanted to play that. and I go to check out, and I have like 40-something games, and it's like $400.
Yep.
And I'm like, should I do it? It's sitting at home still. Man, I haven't decided.
I've been there every summer sale, dude. Every summer sale.
Super Bowl.
He told his ex-wife that he'd fire her. Yeah, I've heard a few people say that he's an asshole, but I just like his, whether he's a dickhead or not. Like, I like what he's doing with space and stuff like that.
I feel like you kind of have to be a dickhead when you're involved in some of the stuff he is, right?
It's true.
You can't play games when you're making rockets trying to go to Mars.
Nah, you serious shit.
And maybe his wife was shitty.
Who knows?
I've had an ex that I'd probably fire if I was her boss, for sure.
Yeah, I have a few, yeah.
Pretty well known. Oh, wait, sorry. Do you think there is intelligent life close enough that you'll ever reach it? Yes.
Yes, I do too.
I think once we figure out how to travel light years in a more fashionable manner, we'll be able to, there'll be life much more close than we think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it would be pretty dumb to say there's no life outside of Earth. I mean, that's a very narrow-minded and just ridiculous.
Very arrogant, too.
It is. Like, what do you think we're so special?
Yeah.
Like, there's this entire universe, but there's nothing anywhere except just us.
Yeah, we can't be the only perfect situation.
No way.
And what's perfect for us might not be perfect for some other life form.
It's true. I don't know if I believe that they've been here. I mean, I don't know.
I fall on yes. Just because there's stuff that, like, if you look at like old art and whatnot, and old pictographs, hieroglyphs
from different places around the world,
there's matching similarities. And I think the big thing for me is, and I hate talking about it because it sounds so mainstream and stupid, but if you look at the Roswell crash and what came after it technology-wise, it's hard to explain how we did such a ginormous leap just out of nowhere, because it went from, was that like the early 90s where we were still struggling with basic television and different things like that, to now we have, within 5-10 years, we have flat screens, jets that can fly across the whole world in a day. Like, our airplanes went from fairly small to ginormous jets. There was just a lot of technology that was gained so quickly, and I don't know, that could be associated with just us progressing as humans.
Yeah.
Even computer chips and different things like that. Like, when we went from floppy disks that were, like a gig was a lot, to now I have a small box that could hold 10 terabytes of knowledge. Like, not only smartphones and different things like that. I don't know. I kind of do think that they've been here, but I don't know how impactful, because we can't time travel.
It's true. Yeah, and it's definitely possible. I mean, I don't believe anyone's been abducted.
Oh, like for like research purposes? No,
I don't think
so.
I think if they I don't think they care enough. If they've been here, or at least why would they abduct some dude from his farm?
Right.
I don't know. That just seems, and the story's all, I don't know. It just sounds like he had a crazy dream and was like, oh, I could write a novel about this if I tell people I was abducted. You know? I don't know. It's maybe, but
I have a weird conspiracy theory that I'm kind of coming up with myself that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
But you see how, like, the Pentagon has released a lot of stuff recently revolving UFOs, right?
Yeah,
like,
a lot of stuff.
Like the pill object, and the one that Tom DeLonge released, the B-1A2 guy, like all that type of stuff. And a lot of people are starting to think that they're doing this to try and like build us up to a bigger event that might be coming. Do you have a way that you think the world could come together finally?
What do you mean?
Like you know how everyone's separate, right? All the different parts of the world, all countries, all nationalities, everything is separate, regardless if we want to think it or not. Do you have a way to bring everyone together?
I don't think it could happen.
What if aliens attacked? And
I even still think it would be divided.
What if the alien attack wasn't actually aliens, but fabricated from a country to try and bring people together?
I mean, yeah, it's possible, but I think still there would be different ways people would think, we need to do it this way. This is what we need to do. No, this is what we need to do.
Right.
I still think people would be divided, but it's true. It would bring a lot of people together.
Because I almost wonder if there's a bigger picture of, like, being able to bring people together, not necessarily, like, friendly, but on the same page to do something together that would then in turn, like, create, I don't know, like, people keep talking about, like, a world currency. It'd be really easy to build a world currency if everyone was on the same page working towards the same idea.
One world order?
Yeah.
Like that, yeah, like I said, new world order, one world order.
It's possible.
It is.
I don't know why. I watched some movie and I fell down this rabbit hole in my head of, like, oh, what if they're going to create, like, an alien invasion to try and push some new agenda? Because, like, there's no situation where everyone can be encompassed on the world unless it was a threat from outside the world.
It's true.
It's just like, unless it was like nuclear war, I guess. Yeah. If there was like a real threat of nuclear war that could have impacted the world completely. But I feel like we tried that and
and I think we basically have nukes so we don't have to use them. Yeah. I mean, is it possible that we? Yeah, I mean we could, but if we did, someone else would, and then it would just be mutually assured destruction.
At that point, no one's winning.
A bigger problem is to abolish our differences. It's true. I wouldn't. A lot of people don't agree with me on this, but I wouldn't want world peace, or everyone to. I think it'd be boring. Like everyone. Like when I picture that, and this probably isn't how it would go, but I picture a bunch of people like. Sitting around and just like Kumbaya. Hugging each other. Yeah, that type of shit. I don't know. That's just what I picture. I know that's not how it would be, but if everyone agreed on everything, there's no discussions or arguments or anything, I feel like I'd just get bored.
I think that would also, if it went that like perfect utopia situation,
that'd be terrible.
I think it would also halter humans evolving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of people I've learned from are people I've disagreed with.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that's why the people on the internet right now who are so, they're so self-righteous and they're just like, if you don't agree with me, you need to block me right now. If you think this, you need to block me right now.
It's so stupid.
It's so dumb, dude. It's like that is.
So you think you have the right answer.
And they're always the one calling people ignorant. Yeah. Even that word is so overused.
Yeah.
It's like, just because they don't agree with you doesn't mean they're ignorant. They could be more educated on the topic than you are.
Yeah.
You're just assuming. I mean, yeah, if they say something really stupid, then maybe. If they say something ignorant, but just assuming that. And, I mean, I have tons of people on my social media I don't agree with. I would never delete any of them. I mean, I don't.
I think people forget that perspective is everything. Like,
it's true.
Someone might grow up and literally just live a completely different life from me, but live down the street from me.
That's a satanic sin too, a lack of perspective.
Yeah. Well, because it's, I don't know. Maybe I need to start fucking becoming a Satanist.
You look into it, man. It's cool.
I talk about that.
It makes sense.
I've been talking about perspective on like Top Shelfers podcast for the past like 7 months now. Because it's everything. If you're unwilling to listen to someone else's perspective on life or a topic or anything, you're kind of taking away that person's like who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
They believe that for a reason. If it's completely ridiculous and unjust, they might just be stupid and uneducated.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
But you have to at least hear them first.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And perspective is super important. And this is a different kind of perspective, but I always say, I made a post about this the other day, I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was like, if you're in whatever situation you're in, whatever side, whatever, could be anything, a political thing, a religious thing, whatever, you should take away everything take away your bias as much as possible. Not even take it away, just like step outside of it and try to look at it from a neutral third party's perspective. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
That's how I try to do it. Any political thing, and I really do feel like I'm a neutral third party. I'm not on the right. I'm not on the left. I'm like I guess you call me apolitical in a way. A lot of the stuff I just don't care.
Right.
You know, but even the things like that, I'll still put my opinion in. And, you know, I feel like you should, with everything, you know, you got to have that third party, that neutral third party perspective. Someone that's, you know, like try to view it from someone who doesn't, you know, is not affiliated with either. Has no personal experience or, you know, someone that didn't grow up this way or this way, that just grew up completely different from both sides. I feel like that's the best way to look at the situation.
I think so too, and I think people need to start coming to the realization that there isn't always a yes or no answer for some topics.
And most of it, it's, I don't know.
You know,
a lot of it.
Like, abortion's a hot one, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, there are people who genuinely think that abortion is bad.
Yeah.
Now, you can argue their points for different things. You can argue points on the other side.
Yeah.
Where it's not. The problem is because of that person, or because of people's perspective, they do think that they're right. And I don't think that makes them necessarily wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
Even if I disagree.
And, you know, a lot of people, like with abortion, and, you know, a lot of, like, and I'm very pro-choice, but a lot of people who are very, you know, pro-choice think that every pro-life person is trying to, like hinder women. Like, it's against, and I'm sure there's a lot of them that are like that,
sure.
But I really do think some of these people really, and it's usually a religious reason, which, you know how I feel about that, but they really do think, like, they really believe with all their, like, heart and soul that it's wrong. Like,
right, because
they think that they're being good.
Yeah, because life is conceived on, what's the saying? It's conceived on when you have sex, right? Like, life starts then.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying is, like, I don't think that they're arguing it because they think that they need to argue it. I think they're arguing because they truly think that their opinion's right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, abortion is one of those things. It's an opinion.
It is. Yeah.
What might not be okay with you is okay with this person.
Exactly.
And, like, I think having that be a political stand too is not a good thing for us because, like, can it be case by case? Shouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
we could tell everyone that you should be pro-choice or you should be pro-life, but in reality, like,
that's the thing. I mean, if people want to be one side, I think other people should just let them. You know, it's like if you have it is your choice. Yeah.
See, Salty says, my plan is to get a giant lens to focus the sun's light through and specialized LCD and through a projector lens, take it to space, and then rickroll to Earth with the moon as my projector screen to become the Earth's #1 enemy to unite the masses against me. Hell yeah.
Damn.
Hella rickroll.
You got that all figured out.
Who Day Reloaded said, I'd rather be around people that challenge the way I think the only way to evolve, in my opinion. Absolutely.
I agree.
Bieber says it's legal to marry same sex, but you're not forced to do any of those things. It's your choice. If it's legal, then you can choose to or not to do it.
Exactly. And that's what I think. I think it should be just the individual's choice. Exactly. I think little government interference is possible. Yeah. That's how I...
In everything.
Yeah, for real. Like... and that's the same thing with, like, even just opinions. And, like, right now, there's such a censorship of others' opinions. You know, people will be like, you know, if you like we said, like, if you think this, you need to, you know, get off my, you know, Instagram or Facebook, whatever. Like, you know, you can't. If you think this, then you're this. Like,
right.
If you're a racist, you're sexist, you're homophobic, you're whatever. Well, I think that's, you know, it's just like, you know, man, if they believe that, just let them.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to change their mind by saying that.
I saw one the other day that was interesting that, like, people are pushing the narrative that if you support Trump, then you support racism and, you know, sexism and all these different things. And I don't know anymore. Because can't there be some dude who supports Trump because it helped grow his independent American business? But he isn't involved in any of the racist stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
It's going to be real weird when Trump wins again if it's just Biden going against him.
For real. I think he is going to win again.
I think so, too.
It's rare for a president not to win a second term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made a lot of people really happy who aren't involved in social media, like, you know, a lot of people who talk negative about him is.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
How big is that number? I guess we'll wait and see.
It's true. It's true.
Unless Kanye West pulls it out.
You never know, man.
It's 2020.
Yeah, for real.
Kanye just wins the whole vote.
Kanye. Oh, man, he's a trip.
So he says tiny hands versus fingy liquor.
Wait, what?
There's some video of Biden licking some kid's fingers.
Oh, I saw that, yeah. Same issue with medical plant use.
Just because you don't agree with it.
I agree. I'll go as far and say all drugs.
Yeah.
I don't think the government should have the right to tell an adult what they can and can't put into their body.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're, you know, I mean, I'm not condoning it, but if you're or think it's a good idea, but, you know, if you're a 42-year-old guy and you want to go home and smoke crack after you get off work, why is that a stupid decision? Absolutely.
100%.
Should you? No. But I don't feel like that's the government's place to tell you that.
There's
That's
a lot of
your
other
place.
stupid decisions that are legal that we can go do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
could, like, I guess not Sunday in Utah, but tomorrow I could go get enough alcohol to kill me within an hour.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Is it a good decision to drink that much? Absolutely not. Do people do? All the
Oh,
time.
for sure. Yeah.
You know? Yeah, the drug thing is interesting because I stand on that point too. Where
Yeah.
I think if everything was legal and if, like, the government made drugs, like if they made heroin and made meth,
Regulated it. Yeah.
regulated it and, like, made it so it doesn't just
Way less overdoses.
way less overdoses, safer.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I mean,
they know what they're gonna get.
yo, for sure. It would erase that black market.
Yeah.
Almost. It might be a bit more expensive, so there might still be a black market for it, but
Because I still know pot dealers in Colorado.
yeah, they still. But I mean, if you're, if it's readily available and easy to get, and anyone can, I think that's a good idea. I think decriminalized at the minimum.
Yeah.
You know.
We need to stop sending people into jail.
Yeah, what-
for-
Exactly. Like, yeah, if you get methed out and you go and strip naked and, assault some grandma walking away from her ATM, then yeah, put you in jail for that. But some dude sitting in his house, after everyone's gone to sleep and he, gets fucked up on something, like, why is that the government's place to tell you not to do that?
Right.
Shouldn't
be, but it is.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the problem.
And the war on drugs is just, it's the biggest war we've ever lost.
No?
I mean, like, the stricter we get, the worse the opioid epidemic gets. Because then, now drugs are being laced with fentanyl.
Yep.
And, if heroin was legal, fentanyl would not be, nobody would be dying of that.
Right.
Because you'd go to this place, a government facility or whatever, and you just go and get some, and you know exactly what it is. It has dosages on there, it has how much you should take, for your body weight or whatever, and then, it's not laced, you know exactly what's in it.
Good to go. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the government as an entity just wants its hands in everything and it just doesn't really trust people, or if it's just broken at its core waiting for someone to fix it.
It's true.
I don't know. I don't know which one's right.
I don't either.
And that's kind of the problem is I think we just keep going, but I don't know. We'll see.
It's wild.
How late did you want to go tonight? We're at...
We probably go for a bit more. A bit
Yeah.
longer. Yeah. Like 9:15-ish.
Yeah, I can't see that. Damn. Oh, it's 8. Sweet. Did you want to try and get... Because after you talked about... I think you said it was your ex does...
Yeah, I talked to her about it. She said she'd be down.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, she said she'd be down for sure.
Because I don't know a lot about the hypnotism world.
I honestly don't either, but yeah, she definitely knows good bit about that for sure. She's got her own office and practice and whatnot. And yeah, she said she'd love to be on. So
that'd be way fun.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to start getting some guests on. I think I might have found someone who is willing to come, and they didn't say argue, but they said discuss the point of why astrology has actual backing.
Has merit.
And I said, okay, well, I'm just going to let you know that it's a discussion and don't get too heated.
Yeah. Oh, for real.
So we'll see how that goes, because, I mean, I've tried to get people on before, and typically when they get here and then the discussion actually starts, they just don't really get involved.
Really? They just stay silent?
Yeah, or just don't really advocate as much as I thought they would.
Yeah, they back down. I mean, there's a part of it. It might, they might be like it's 2 against 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'll neutral party if need be.
No, I will too. I can. Yeah, either way.
Whichever one. I just don't.
Even if they bring someone with them, just tell them to bring their hippie friend.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, you can bring Tell Cheryl to bring her crystals. She can come.
We'll do a tarot card reading in the middle of it.
For real. This should be the shortest and longest podcast out of anger. True.
I'm waiting for that day.
Someone
comes in and just blows up like within the first 10 minutes and storms out.
That's
the episode I want.
Dude, same. Yeah, I'd be like, dude, if someone's like really mad, you gotta. The worst thing you could ever say is like, you seem upset. Just, in a really calm way, just be like, you should deep breath. Just, oh man.
My favorite to go to is like, do you need some water?
Yeah. Do you need some water?
Do you need some water?
Oh man.
I just don't. I've tried to do research on the astrology thing, and I just don't.
It's absolute bullshit, dude. I can't.
I believe in a God more than I believe in the stars doing something.
Honestly, dude. Yeah, like, that's saying something.
Yeah.
I really do not see any. I do not see any logical backing behind it.
No.
It's all anecdotal.
Yeah, you're telling me that because my parents had sex 1 month and I was born 9 months later, that's supposed to dictate who I am as a person?
Yeah, and then there's your moon sign and your rising and your.
It's just a money game, right?
I'm like the only reason I think, you'll. And have I told you my theory with twins?
No.
Okay, mirror twins, right? You know what those are?
Like identical?
In a way. It's a weird phenomenon. A lot of times a mirror twin, so like they'll look identical, but one of them will be right-handed, one of them will be left. Oh. One of them will have a birthmark right here, the other one will have it right here. It's really bizarre. I worked with some mirror twins when I worked at Training Table, and it was a trip. They really were opposite from each other.
Oh,
one of them went into like IT, like computers, and the other one went into was like a mechanic.
Oh, it's like vastly.
Yeah, even
their brains. Do you think one's a right brain, left brain?
It's possible. Yeah, I mean they're both. I mean they were completely opposite from each other, right? But they looked the same. Born the exact same day, pretty much same time.
Yeah.
Twins. So explain that. They're born the same day, the same time, but they have opposite personalities. I've never had anyone be able to explain that.
Nah, that's what a cancer is.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, they can't, and I'll be like, okay, let's say, I'll give you this. I'll say one of them fits it. One of them fits the Virgo stereotype or whatever.
Right.
But the other one's total opposite. How did that happen?
Yeah, why is
did it not? Why did it not apply to him? Do the stars hate him?
The stars hate him.
Did the universe think less of him?
that one specifically is a piece of shit.
Yeah, or they just like, I'm not getting involved.
He's a Leo at heart. Yeah. That was my favorite thing because I used to be pretty active in shit posting on people that do stuff like they talk about it.
Yeah.
And this one, I can't remember, this person posted one list of like all this bullshit, and all I put was LOL because that's a usual go-to to get someone heated.
Yeah.
You just hit them with an LOL, and they were talking all this they messaged like, oh, what, you don't believe in, and went off saying like how dumb it is, and they looked up the profile. Like the one. Oh,
don't tell me they said you're such a this.
Yeah. So on the Facebook page that I have for this and everything,
yeah,
the birth date is when the podcast started.
Not your birthday.
Not my birthday.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, that acted like a typical whatever it was. And I just started laughing. And I'm like, it's cool that you went to my profile and checked my when I was born, but that's actually not when I was born. That was just the date of this
So you just called my podcast a video Virgo, whatever.
They stopped replying.
I died, boy. What are you going to say to that?
Yeah.
I've had people tell me that, like, you're such a Scorpio. And I'm just like, no, I'm not.
No.
I'm not, it's just ridiculous.
I feel like if people were to take their time and do, like, what's the personality test?
Myers-Briggs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one actually has some shit that you
can learn from. It does. It has more, it has merit. There's reason behind it. It's more personal.
Yeah, you're answering questions how you would ask.
It makes sense. It's, personal for each individual. Yeah. That I get.
But at the same time, I think stuff like that's a slippery slope. Because I have a friend who did that, and then all of a sudden it, like, clicked in his head that he was now, like, where's the star sign for all the serial killers? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
But, like, it clicked in his head. He's like, oh, yeah, I am exactly like this.
Yeah, and then once you believe something, if you believe something enough, you'll try to, like, you'll subconsciously like fit the mold.
Right.
Yeah, and then you can revolve your whole life around it. Yeah.
And that's never a good thing. Oh, that, like, what do you mean, Bieber? Like, fighting for the? Because I saw a post talking about serial killers and how most of them were, like, 3 signs specifically.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were, but I think I saw that post too.
I feel like astrology in the 90s, right? Because, like, I'll talk to my parents about it. And they're like, oh, no, it was just, like, a fun, dumb thing that we would do.
Yeah, it wasn't a serious...
No.
And now there's people who... It's like their religion, bro.
Yeah, they 100% stand by it.
Yeah. I mean, they legitimately will not date someone if they are not a compatible sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe there's just something in my brain that just doesn't get it. Maybe I just don't feel the energy that comes from it. Like,
because you can use logic, buddy.
Yeah. It just... I try and give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's like...
I try too with a lot of things, but that's just one I just can't. Like, if you really want to believe that, then go right ahead.
Right.
I mean, like...
It's almost as funny as Scientology. Whoa, Salty. Don't disrespect Tom Cruise like that.
Oh, yeah.
Asshole. God,
that's my favorite cult, man. Where's his wife, the president of Scientology? His wife's been missing forever.
I don't think we're supposed to ask those questions.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I'm sure she's fine somewhere.
She's out looking for the alien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the Scientology, like the alien landed, that crash landed here, and then he went into a volcano and it blew up and his DNA like spread. Yeah,
they're called Zol. It starts with a Z. And what's his name? The author of Dianetics.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard, yeah, right there. Yeah. L. Ron Hubbard. Oh man,
Yeah, that's right, exactly. That's the thing that makes it not a cult, is he's dead now.
But they still have a leader. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He's a trip. Let's see. President of Scientology. No, I see what you're saying though, because a lot of times the cult, I know you're joking, but like, I don't know. A lot of times
it turns into a religion when the cult leader dies.
Exactly. That's like one of the things they'll say. It's a religion, or a cult is there's one dude at the top who knows it's bullshit. A religion, that dude's dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
Miscavige. David Miscavige, that's his name.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Scientology is just so openly a pay to win.
Oh, dude, yeah. And I mean, they're fucked up though. I mean, there's been, kidnappings.
Yeah.
There's been, they'll sue the hell out of you.
Yeah.
If you try to leave, they'll like threaten you. They'll try to, isolate you from your friends and family. They'll send you death threats. I've heard of people's dogs being killed. Like, they're crazy fuckers.
Scientology invented loot boxes. Changed my mind.
Can't change it, man.
Dude, you're there. I actually knew, and I won't use names just out of respect because I don't know if they want people to know, but I was involved with someone who their family was Scientologist. They lived here in
Really?
Wow. Yeah. I wish that I would have been able to have more discussions on that, but I didn't learn about that until later, and then we fell off.
Damn.
But I know that they had, or this person even had a sister who was out in California doing Scientology work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely at least reached here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a headquarters right by my apartment.
Yeah.
The Scientology, and I've been in there. I made my 2 friends come in there with me one time, and I was like, yeah, you guys want to see something fucking crazy? Like, come in here with me and just act interested.
So how does it work?
So I walked in there. I once went there with my ex, the hypnotist one, and just out of curiosity, because, I've been to all their churches and stuff.
Yeah.
And they made me take a personality test. They made us both take a personality test. And they don't... It seems very normal at first. Okay. It feels more like a business. Like, they're in suits. They're very... They don't tell you the bullshit yet. I think they slowly introduce that to you, And then when I went to the one... I can't remember exactly what happened with the one... The first time I went, but the second time I went, I brought my 2 friends with me. There's like all these little areas you can check out. They want you to write your name and number on a list, and I thought it'd be funny to write one of my friends' numbers on there. And he's like, I still get calls from them.
Are you still interested?
Yeah. He used to sign me up on Christian Mingle, like make me an account, and I'd get like he'd know my email and phone number and. You see what more money is your XP and as you level up.
True.
It's true. Yeah, it was wild. I remember you try to leave and they'll just be like, oh, wait, check this out. You got to see this.
So they're really pushy.
They're very pushy, yeah. And, yeah, I mean,
I guess that's how you would really get... Did we talk about starting cults before?
I don't think so.
I think it'd be really easy.
Oh, I think it would be too.
Like, I think that people... in all honesty, like, if you think about, like, social media and, like, YouTube or whatever it is, like, you're kind of creating your own cult.
It's true. Yeah.
We just call it a cult following instead.
Yeah, it's true. But, I mean, I think, generally for it to be a true cult, I think there has to be, very, very dedicated and loyal group. Right. And then usually one or a few people at the very top. And usually somehow they benefit the guy at the top. Yeah. And usually also is hard to leave. I heard that's one of the main identifiers of a cult is like it's hard to leave. They won't let you leave.
Isn't it weird that it's so easy to leave the Mormon religion? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh. Not even easy.
Well, I mean, that's the whole idea, right? Is like to create a cult, like you just want to have a community where people feel secure and you're like-minded, or at least you appear like you're like-minded. Yeah. And then you make them scared when they try to leave by like, oh, well, you're not going to have that community anymore. Yeah,
you're going to be all alone. Like, who's going to be there for you?
Yeah.
Like,
you're going to take away all that stuff that I did for you?
I don't think it would be hard, honestly, if you really wanted to. I mean, people are
people are very gullible.
They are.
I think 2020 is making people a little less gullible, a little less gullible.
I sure hope so.
I still think that it's out there, especially in specific areas.
Yeah, no, that's for damn sure.
Salty says, if you want, I bet we can start an online cult within 4 hours on VR chat. Oh, for sure.
Oh, definitely,
VR chat, for sure. They made it pay to win.
Oh, man, I probably got to call it. I got to make a phone call.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, man.
So next week, if everything looks good, do you want to try and plan on having them on, or should we just...
Yeah, I'll ask them. I'll make sure that they should be good, though.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'll talk to them about it. And they can be our first guests.
It's going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank